If you said that you wanted to be more influential, people probably wouldn't perceive that as such a bad thing. If you said you wanted to be more manipulative, however, that would be cause for concern. Yet influence and manipulation are essentially the same endeavor. Get people to think or act the way you want them to. Any subtle difference between the two probably depends upon what you choose to highlight versus what you choose to omit. Both can be lies, used to distort your perception of reality. I don't think that the average person has any idea how much they are manipulated. The key is emotion. Sure, people can use lies by omission and deceptive arrangements of hard data like statistics, but by far the best way to manipulate most people is to appeal to their emotions. As an example, I used a widespread recent event, the Women's March on January 21st, 2017. I downloaded 8 different videos of that worldwide event, and I challenged myself to create 2 completely different edits that conveyed completely different impressions of that same event. Both edits had to be about 2 minutes long, and both edits had to include portions from all 8 videos. Those were the rules I imposed upon myself. With the exception of different music, I was only allowed to use the audio and video from the same 8 videos. This was the result. Here's the first edit, titled, "Imagine If We Won."
Are you ready to shake up the world?
Our voices are the most powerful tools we have to bring about change. And together, our voices are strong, they are mighty, and they will not be ignored!
Say yes, we're ready! Say yes, we're ready! One more time, you're ready!
I still don't believe it.
I cannot sit still anymore. It has become so abhorrent that I have to stand up.
No, I wasn't an activist. My daughter wasn't an activist. But I think this was a catalyst for a lot of people who decided we do need to get involved.
I'm old enough to have been around during the women's movement in the 1960s. The new government has to hear that women feel very strongly about all of these issues, and that we won't tolerate a turn back.
We choose love! We choose love! We choose love!
That concludes the first edit. This is the second edit, using the same source material. It is titled, "Imagine If They Won."
Yeah, I'm a nasty woman. A loud, vulgar, proud woman.
Fuck you!
You're mad? And then you're mad when people cuss you the fuck out!
You came up to us because Miss, calm down. Miss, you came up.
Where a healthy environment is a basic right for all of us.
Yo, you guys are littering! That's littering!
Is there a chance you could be wrong.
No!
How do you know that you're right? Have you heard the other side?
Yes! You fucking
You-
Do you believe you have a right to clean water?
It's just funny because all these people are probably against pollution, but you guys are just throwing trash in the street.
They down a
This
child and
is
shot him.
indigenous fucking land!
I have never,
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House. We are here to be nasty. I'm nasty. Like my blood stains on my bed sheets, we don't actually choose if and when. Choose if and when. Fuck you. Fuck you. I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House. I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House. Resurrected, but I feel Hitler in these streets. A mustache traded for a toupee.
She's so upset. Because you've never had to experience it.
Because you experience a great amount of privilege.
My dick. Oh my god. Shut up.
I've worked very hard.
Or you're actually just
No one's saying you didn't work hard. You still.
to put it on your
I was with
website.
my friend Abdullah. We were making a
Because
film
I've seen
in
you
Syria.
before. Stop for someone that he's promising.
I mean, do you like pollution? You like pollution? You like to litter?
Through the use of different music, editing techniques, focus filters, titles, speed, transitions, and audio mixing, you can create very different impressions of the same event. While some people saw the Women's March as a moment of empowerment, hope, and inspiration, others saw it as a bunch of entitled sore losers parading around in pussy hats. Neither of the 2-minute edits I produced were of value toward painting an accurate picture of reality. In order to get an accurate picture, you have to train yourself to see through all the smoke and mirrors people put in front of your face every day. I have nothing against being emotional. Life is not worth living without emotion. Art is my life, and art is all about stimulating emotion. When the time comes to accurately assess reality, however, emotion can cause problems and bias. In order to effectively fight for what is right, you must have an accurate assessment of what is actually going on. Your emotions can and will cloud your ability to do that. While this video isn't actually about the Women's March per se, as it's just used as an example, I'd still like to give you an objective assessment of it. First and foremost, my goal right now is not to convey whether I approve or disapprove of it. That's no help to anybody. My goal is to give you an accurate assessment of reality, which means adhering to what I believe is true, regardless of whether or not I like it. My allegiance is first and foremost to the truth. I think the Women's March was a touchdown after the clock had already run out. It was setting up the Queen for a winning move after checkmate. I think it would have been far more effective if it had taken place on November 7th, 2016, rather than on January 21st, 2017. Which is the better time to influence people, right before the election, or even during it, or right after the election? Democrat turnout was down from a 5 million popular vote lead in 2012 and a 10 million popular vote lead in 2008. Yet the Women's March proved your ability to enthusiastically, massively mobilize on the wrong day. It was a missed opportunity, and that is my unemotional, unbiased assessment of it. The response I've gotten to that assessment is that the Women's March was more of a reaction to Trump's election than any sort of premeditated strategy. Exactly. It was a reaction to an event people didn't expect to happen because they had an inaccurate assessment of reality, a view clouded by those who told them it couldn't happen, by those who didn't want it to happen, confusing their beliefs with their desires. An inaccurate picture was painted by those who are in the very business of influencing and manipulating, and we the people didn't see through it. What could Rachel Maddow's goal have been in that clip, other than premature gloating? What could that clip have possibly accomplished, other than fostering a foolish sense of complacency in the Democrat electorate? What was the cost-benefit analysis in making such a segment? Stop being manipulated. Train yourself to examine the facts, all the pertinent facts, and to disregard the emotional fluff. Pay attention to what people highlight versus what they omit. Does their message come with plenty of flashy flair? Why might that be? Are they being hyperbolic? Are their statistics and facts taken out of context? Is their message one-sided without the willingness to address the objections of their detractors? What tone are they using? Overly dark? Overly upbeat? Are you being inspired or are you being discouraged? Are you being taught or are you being indoctrinated? Are you being influenced or are you being manipulated?